morning. Good morning. Today, I'm going to talk about something, that's stopping us from growth. What is stopping for us from growth is our own thought process, our own thought process. And some few examples I read, about people who really went through tough time and gained a momentum in life, And that I'm going to give you one is Errol Rastron was an American actually. He has been to a desert, a rocky desert, to do climbing. And when he was climbing rock from the top to bottom. And what happened was he was coming down, and suddenly a big rock, of almost 3 ton, it fell from the cliff, and his hand was stuck there. It was stuck there, and now it's in the middle of the cliff and in the middle of the desert when nobody is there, right? He's alone. He's trying to seek for a help, but no one is there, and he's clinging to that rock because he can't take out his hand. It's just pressed by the rock. He tried all alternative, all alternative for 126 hours. He had just been staring how to take out his hand from that rock. His total prospect was how to take out the hand, and he had finished his food and everything. Now he was about to die. Now the death was so imminent. That he was going to die. Now he just saw the rock for the last time again. And when he saw the rock for the next time, now he realized that what was stopping him was not the rock. It was his hand that stuck on the rock that was stopping him from leaving that place. So what he did was he took out a knife from his bag and slowly ripped off his hand, slowly, inch by inch, he ripped off his hand, taking a lot of pain, and it really took him around 2-3 hours to really cut his hand. Then he was free. So it's like that. Sometimes our thinking is different. We can't think that what is stopping us. Sometimes it's stuck hand. It's very simple. That the big boulder that was 3.5 ton, even if machines come, it can't be removed. That you have to be very practical. There, it's your hand that is stopping you from living a life. Otherwise, you're going to die there, stuck there. So that's what he did, and that's how we're stuck by our behavior, our nature, our thought process. So we must really calculate. What is stopping us from growth. That is one important thing. In 1937, in Japan, there was a guy, who used to make a piston ring, a good piston ring, and piston ring was so demanded, and everybody started buying it. And he grew so well, and he made 2 factories out of it. It was running good business. But in 1945, somewhere, the U.S. bombed Japan, and one of his factory was made into ashes. And then he had nothing. He had one more factory, so he was a little bit satisfied then. He was happy then. But next year there was a big earthquake, and the other factory also got shattered. Now he had nothing. And practically he went begging people, please help me, please help me. And you should really understand, from a sinking boat, if you are in a sinking boat, even the rats will leave. The rats will jump away. They will run away for safety. No one will stay. No one will help you. When you are in a sinking boat. So no one came to help him. He tried this, he tried that, no one helped him. Then again, from the ruble, he took out his iron and all. He started selling his old factory equipments, and then he earned little money. And he started putting a piston, a motor in a bicycle. He started putting a motor in a bicycle, and that bicycle, started gaining a demand. Then he started building a bikes. And he built a world-renowned company of motorbikes, and that's Honda, Soichiro Honda. He's a world-renowned businessman, He built out of nothing. So that's how it is, When we are stuck, if we just anticipate that someone will come and help, then we are very wrong, When we are helpless, when we have nothing, no one will come to help you. No one will come to rescue you. People only help those who help themselves, God will only help those who help themselves. If you can help yourself, then only you will get the help. Otherwise, if you have no help, even if you beg, you will get a little pie. People will, you have, it's human tendency. We don't give the currency notes to the beggar. We give the chiller only, that small one. That coin only. We don't give big notes to the beggar because we know that he's begging. So for a beggar, you get nothing. You just get the little of what you're supposed to get. So don't cry. Don't cry. Whatever happens for a good cause. Move on. Just you fail, no problem. Failure is always okay. Just fail, just catch another train and move on. That's how. Like the, you can take the example of what's that, Michael Kroc. He used to sell this juice machine, from home to home. And one day what happened was he observed a restaurant, a restaurant that was serving the food in just 2 minutes. It was a wonderful restaurant. He thought, wow, this is good. People are busy, and if we can make this foods in 2 minutes and serve people, then it will be a wonderful thing. So he franchised that restaurant, and slowly he bought the restaurant, and today it's worldwide famous. That franchise is McDonald's. McDonald's is a worldwide franchise. He started from nothing. And it became so famous. That's how it is. Like you can take the example of our Steve Jobs. He was practically kicked out of his own company, the company that he built himself, and later on he came back. And what problem we have is that whenever we want to do something, we want guarantee. We want guarantee that this will succeed. No sir, nothing. No one will guarantee anything in life. Nothing is guaranteed that you will succeed in life unless you try, prove, persevere, and put all the effort. You are not going to succeed. And if you cannot do that, means like Steve Jobs, he was not guaranteed that Apple will succeed. Apple will say, no, you're not succeed. He came back, he worked hard, he worked tirelessly, and he made that company successful. And today it's one of the most valuable company in the world, Apple. That's how it is. Here you should have a trust within yourself, the confidence that I can do it, and without any hitch or pain that the process will give you, because process is always painful. Only the results are good. Process of anything, developing, process of growth, process of earning, process of learning, everything is painful. The process is painful, but when you really succeed, you become happy. So that one apple at a distance, that's the goal. That should keep you moving always. That should keep you moving, running in life. Don't expect mercy from anybody. No one is there to help you. No one is there to cry for you. No one is going to push you up. It's you. You'll have to push yourself. You'll have to put in energy yourself. You'll have to stammer. You'll have to work hard, and that's your effort. Only people will appreciate your success. Wow, he did it. They will never appreciate your process. They have never been through your process. The process, you will have to be through the process. So that's how it is. These are the examples that I wanted to give you. One cricketer, his name was Tambe. He joined the cricketing somewhere at the age of 40, 41. There was a movie also made on him, and he made it because he had a very good, the dedication for cricket, and used to play cricket all the time. So by the age of 41, someone observed him, and he was taken for IPL. Then he built his reputation, and that's how. No age is, that clearly says that age is not a barrier. You can do great thing at any age, like KFC. So Sandler, he built a KFC at the age of 65, right? The worldwide kitchen of KFC. At the age of 65, he did it. It's not at the age of 10 or 20 or 35. He did at 65. At that age, he built the restaurant that became worldwide famous. So that's how it is. So age is not a barrier. Only barrier is your mind, mindset. That mindset you really have to work. And other things that you should have a perseverance, dedication, discipline, all these things you should build in the process, and you will really gain success in your life. Have a good weekend.